Cool. Nice to see games are being so polite. Are you ready? I suppose. I have my cup, and I suppose that's anything that an English gentleman needs to be ready for, well, anything. Let us begin, indeed. We wouldn't want to keep the nice people waiting now, would we? Okay. It would appear there is a small chain. Pull me. Kitty, don't ever say that to me ever again. It would appear by pulling I have turned something on. Keep pulling. Well, I try, mate. It's not as easy as you make it out. Okay. You want more numbers. Right. Do I? I mean, I suppose I am a bit of a maths nerd, so I suppose I like numbers. The numbers must increase. Continue to pull. I feel like this is like the internal monologue of like a stereotypical like college stud in an American like teenage movie. The numbers must increase. Yes, yes. I've twigged that much. I've got you into double digits, mate. Are you happy? I was going to say it's going to take us 10 times as long to get to the next set of digits, but then again, that's kind of just how how decimalized numbers work, really. But never mind. Yeah, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the smallest game I have ever played. It is 9 megabytes. But don't worry, it's a whole 14 megabytes once... Spend some numbers and buy a treat. You earned this. Ooh, goody. I'm hungry for an orb. I would like one. But yes, it's the smallest game I've ever played. Like, it is literally smaller than the size of what's it smaller than the size of? It's literally smaller than the size of the data set I'm analysing in the dissertation, right? Like, it is shockingly small. I am so confused how they can get an entire game into something as small as 9 megabytes. But alright then, I'll press the button. Ooh. I have an orb. I have some light. I can't do anything with this, but alright, fine. I mean, that was a waste of 23 pulls, but never mind. Also, I would like to ask why this thing, which looks like a chain but acts like a bungee jump, a bungee rope, bungee cord, is the mode of pulling that I have decided to employ. Haha! I have broken your game. Okay, this is gonna make things a lot easier. It has also struck me that this is in essence a clicker game, and I did once promise that after we played that loading screen clicker game we would never play anymore. So I have to confess, I may have told a little bit of a lie when I did that. I didn't realise that's what this was upon playing it though, so please do forgive me. Let us enjoy what the third lit up digit looks like. Right, let's go to, I don't know, 111, because we've already gone past 101, and Fallout 3 was better than Fallout 4. But never mind, let's have another orb. Hooray, take a load off, spend some orbs, click me. Okay, so hang on a minute. I pull the chain, and that makes the number go up. Then I can use the number to buy orbs, and then I can buy the orb, I can spend the orbs on this. Enjoy free numbers. This is literally just a frickin' clicker game, isn't it? This is exactly how clicker games work. Alright then, can I use my other orb? No, it appears I need to retain one orb in reserve, it would seem. Let me buy another one, and see if I can spend this one. No, do I need to have like 2 orbs? Oh, that's only temporary. That's not permanent. I see, so that's why I can't have another one, because it's currently working. I think we powered up the Death Star. Pick me up and plug me in. What the hell is going on in this game? This is freaking weird. Okay, Plug you in? Plug you in where? Here? Click me, find my home. Now click me for upgrades. Okay, I'd like an upgrade. I don't think that did anything. It consumed my orbs, but I don't think it did anything. Okay. Oh, this has powered this up. Oh. A bit. It's gone up a bit. Alright. Let's have a couple more orbs. There we go. So, presumably, if I unplug this and plug this in here, and I spend my orbs on this, not by pressing that, that's not what I meant to do at all. You have no orbs to spend on me. Yeah, let me get as many orbs as I can. There we go, and I like fully upgrade this. There we go. This presumably now works better. This is like a more efficient system. Okay, this is cute. I don't know what this is all about. Do I need to plug this in first before it will work? What is this? Is it a puzzle? Is it a puzzle? Is it a puzzle? Can Phil speak? No. But then again, you already knew that if you've been here longer than a few seconds. Perhaps answers sleep in the shadows. Are you trying to tell me there are some numbers somewhere around here which I can find? They want to give me a clue. I don't know what this is. There's a button up here, but I can't quite see it. Unless I'm supposed to use this as like a sort of a guiding searchlight, perhaps. You mean like this? So like the second to last digit is 6, perhaps? Is that what you're trying to tell me, dear friend? I guess it would make sense that this is like the searchlight, since this is... Oh, here we are. So the third digit is 3. Okay. But how do I change these? How do I like make these go up or down? Because it doesn't seem like I can interact with them, unless I'm supposed to plug them in. Or maybe I need to plug it in and then press the button. Ah, yes. Perhaps this is going to work. Let's get an orb and then spend it here. See if this achieves anything. The numbers, points must be larger. Do I need this to be here? No. The numbers of points must be larger. Do you mean the number of points that I've got? Can I like only use this once I've earned a certain number of points? I suppose I should probably invest my points and earn more from them. Because I feel like I need to put the code into this thing. I just need to figure out how to actually get the numbers to change. Which is proving to be a little bit more challenging than I thought. But never mind. Let me completely break my wrist by doing this. And as it goes with every clicker game. Can I change it now? No. Does that mean I don't have like enough number up here? Like it costs more, like I can't afford one? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I feel like that might be what you're trying to tell me. I should probably go around and look for the rest of the code rather than actually get it written down. But I suppose it doesn't really matter what the other numbers are until I figure out like, how exactly I'm supposed to input them. But oh. I've just realised this price tag here. This is a price board, isn't it? Change digit 10,000 points, submit 100,000 points. So I can change each of these digits if I have 10,000 points. And I can press this button if I have 100,000 points. Oh, hooray. That's going to take for frickin' ever. Can I upgrade this thing? You have no orbs to spend on me yet. Giddy aunt. Blasted exchange rates. Can I upgrade this now? Yes, despite the fact that I have no idea what it does. Oh, gosh. That's a big number. Well, it's a very small number right now, but it has the capacity to be big. Yeah. So, it doesn't really seem like there's much else I can do. Except, well, sit here and earn more points, it would seem. Yeah. don't know if I'm willing to sit here for the rest of my life. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am bizarrely curious to find out what happens. Which is probably what makes this clicker game unique to every other clicker game I've played, in the sense that you don't know what the end result is. Because in something like Cookie Clicker, you know the end result is more cookies. And in something like Insanity Clicker, you know the result is, well, more dead enemies. But it's all just number crunching. It's all just there for the sake of it. It's just more for the sake of more and more to access more, and for ever greater numbers. It's never for any greater or grander purpose. However, I feel like this one might be. Because while these orbs and all the rest of it are in essence really just here to make the number go up further, I mean, once I submit this thing, true, it probably will just figure out whatever this, or help me figure out whatever this thing is, which again will probably be another number generator, and one can only assume that the game ends when you get a 9 in this final column. But that could take a very long time. I mean, it will take a very long time, an extremely long time. But, I am curious to find out what's going to happen at the end. I just don't know if I've got the wherewithal in order to get there. If I had more time in my life, perhaps I would, but I kind of don't. Hence the fact that I haven't recorded anything in like 3 weeks. I've been far too frickin' busy. Right, never mind. Let me give myself a bunch more orbs. At least as many as it will give me. And keep upgrading my my flushing cord here. And there we are. I don't think we'll be able to get it up to the 3rd rank, but can certainly make a bit of progress. Oh gosh. Yeah, a very small amount of progress. How much does this do now? Oh wow, that's a lot faster. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the one to invest in. Certainly initially, this is the one to invest in, because this really has sped things up massively. That would appear to be a good tactic to upgrade this one. Well, now the numbers is going up much faster, and I rather wish I could stay and play this game some more and get to the end of it, but at the same time, I'm sorry, I just don't have the time. Alright, we'll just upgrade it once more, and we'll see how much it goes up by then. Tell you what, let's get to 4 digits. Let's do that. Let's consider that like the stopping point. We'll get it up to 1,000. There we are. Which we'll be able to do. Oh, it's going up by 10 each time. Nice. Yeah, let's go up to 1,000 and see if anything changes there. And, yeah. And see what happens. Nothing. Okay. Hooray. That was a total waste of my life. I shouldn't, but now I want to get it to 10,000. This is the horrible addictiveness of these games. Yeah, I just want to change the digits, right? Like, I just want to change the digit. I just want to change one of these digits, just so that we can say we've made something vaguely resembling progress. Give me a few minutes. I'm just going to get to 10,000 so we can change one digit. I feel like I've practically shaken my arm out of its socket. But never mind. Okay, which one do we want to do? Let's do the 3rd one. Okay. How does this work? How do I change a digit? Do I press this button? How do I... Oh, do I do this? Oh. Oh. Okay, so that just changes the digit once. Okay, so I need that to be a 3, which means I need 30,000 to do that one. And to do this one, I'd need 60,000. That, my friend, is an absolutely extortionate rate you are offering there. That is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. That is absolutely extortionate. My word. My word. I also can't find any of the other numbers, so I haven't got... Oh, there's another one. Well, we found half of them anyway. But, I mean, it wouldn't matter unless we could find all of them. But, yeah. It's fun, and it's weird, and it's curious. Yeah. It's interesting, and weird, and bizarre, and I'm really curious to know what's at the end of it. But the thing is, I just haven't the time, because, you know, I've got, like, a life. I've got a life that needs to be lived, and a channel which needs to be supported. So, you know, like, I have other things to do. But if you don't have anything else to do with your life, if you're a person that has absolutely nothing to do with your life, you can play this game all the way to the end. And if you do, please let me know what happens at the end of it, because I am curious. But I haven't the time, or the wherewithal, or the lack of engagements to get there. But anyway, that was Integer. I understand why it's so small now. It's because I didn't realise it was a clicker game. I was also confused by the size of it, because it said it lasts about an hour, right? Now I realise why they say it lasts an hour. I was thinking, how can you get an hour of gameplay into 9 megabytes? Now I realise how you can get an hour of gameplay into 9 megabytes. But never mind, that's more than enough of that. Yeah. If you want, it's in the description, but maybe I probably shouldn't advise it, because we all know how addictive these things can get. And I'm having to force myself to stop for the sake of actually getting on with other stuff. But anyway, that was Integer, an interesting little take on a weird clicker game. So dark, and you feel nothing. Done anything yet? How have I got an achievement? Had to press space to make it work. Welcome to the world of Idle Spiral. You hear someone's beautiful voice. You try to respond, but your voice won't come out. I'm sure you have no idea what's going on right now, so let me explain to you what's going on in this world. Believe it or not, in this world you can only go around in circles. Your value is measured by the distance of your R from the origin. In the previous world, you may have been valued for your wealth or your looks, but in this world, neither will help you. Please do not be depressed when you hear this. Any effort will lead to R. I am in a very distant place, but due to circumstances I cannot move from here, but if you increase R, we might be able to meet. It may be a very, very long way, but I will be here, waiting for you. You had no idea who or what she was talking about, but no matter how you moved your body, all you could do was spin around in circles. You decided to leave the origin. Oh, goodness. Oh, dear. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game called Idle Spiral, which, is a clicker game, I think, or a sort of an idle game, as it were, based on maths, it seems. And as you may be familiar, I'm a bit of a maths nerd. Not to a massive degree, but I do like me a few little calculations and such like. So presumably R is the radius. It's the radius of my circle. So from the centre to the edge of my, what is not actually a circle, because it's going to be ever expanding, isn't it? So it's actually slightly different. Okay then, goodness. It just got a lot bigger. Now, what can I do? What does this button do? Tornado Prestige. To do Tornado Prestige, you need to make your R value more than 999T, after Tornado Prestige you will get very powerful rewards at the expense of all R and P progress. Each time you do a Tornado Prestige, the next required R value is multiplied by 1,000. Okay, unlock basic challenge. Next rewards. This, presumably. Right then, so I can't do that at the moment, because right now my R is only 500. So this is how much my R is growing by currently. Delta R, meaning the change in R. So this is how much it's increasing by. My rate of change, if you like. My gradient. My differential, if you so like. So, presumably 999T means 999 trillion. And I can use P when I have 1 million. Okay then. So, the change in my R is equal to A times W plus K. Okay, so I can affect certain variables in order to increase this. So A, which is a compound variable of these different variables here, product of all of these ones, if I increase any of these, yay, it's gone up to 1,000. If I increase any of these, that will increase A, or I can directly increase K and W. Okay, how do I do that? I can add to these sorts of things. They each have various different costs. Okay, that's cool. So if I increase K, that's going to increase my change in R by 1, but I'd rather scale it up through these, I think, because that will give me a bigger multiplier rather than a greater thing to add to. Okay, let me try increasing this. What does this do? Yeah, there we are. So I can do this in order to make it go faster, and the cost is increasing as I do it. Okay, yeah, and then as you can't see right now because it's not here, but yeah, these little blips are where my delta is changing. It's been constant around here, but this is where it's beginning to change. Cool, that's fun. So I can increase other things, presumably, get other upgrades when they unlock, but I need to reach certain levels to do that. What's this times by 5? Goodness. I'm not sure what I just did. Oh, is this temporary? Because this... I'm not sure what this did exactly. I seem to have... I've got 5 curves now. I've got 5 circles now. Right. I'm going to pretend like I'm going to ball this what that button did. It's going to stop in a minute, so presumably that's like a temporary boost. Now it's gone down to 4. Okay, cool. What are the... I've got some buttons up here. There's an A button, an S button, and a D button. What does A do? A is achievements. Okay. Daily, tier 1, tier 2. Okay. Okay, so this is literally just the measurement of the defeat training. I didn't do any training, I just read the text at the beginning. Yeah, these are all the different things you can do, and then presumably these are the harder ones. What? Defeat Kappa? Kappa's another Greek letter, isn't it? Defeat Alpha. Yes, indeed. And Beta, and Pi, and other such stuff. Interesting. Okay. Can I get a daily bonus? What does this do? I have no idea. I have no idea what that did. Spiral points, 39, 38 even. Can't even count. Right, I can go to the store and spend my spiral points and stuff. Unlock auto buy for K upgrades, auto buy for lots of different things. D, E, all regular upgrades. For V, for U, for N. Unlock auto buy for all other prestige upgrades. Okay, spiral design. Unlock other colours. Anything else? No, just lots of different colours and variables. Okay, so there's other upgrades that I can do. So presumably this scales them in a different way. Curious. What's in D? Spiral design. Active effects, passive effects, total effects. Simple blue, simple yellow, simple red, simple violet, simple white. What do I like best? I quite like the purple. Yes, doesn't match my suit, but that's alright. And these are all the other different colours and things which I can unlock in the shop, presumably. That's cool. That's pretty. What's this button? What? Divide spiral design? What are you talking about? This is the same screen as the one we can reach up here, but for some reason there's multiple buttons for it. Okay, let's come out of that, please. Right, can we, there we go, right. Okay, that's cool, that's cute. Right then, so I need to figure out what it is that I want to upgrade. I want to upgrade whatever goes up by the largest amount with the smallest cost, which would be this. So I suppose I should try to upgrade this as much as possible to try and increase my delta. Why am I going back inwards? That's odd. This is interesting. That's curious. Why does it do that? I have no idea why it's doing that. Let's just come out of that screen for a minute, however the hell I do that. There we are. Let's just watch it come back out again. Oh, of course, because I'm spending money, isn't it? And the more I spend money, the less R I have. The smaller my radius is, which means the smaller my circle is. So when I run out of money, I then have to come back and allow this to grow out again. This is really cool. I really like this. This is charging back up again. So this is like a temporary bonus that I can get sometimes. That's really cool. I really like that. So I'd need to wait for 10,000 before I'd be able to unlock this. Curiously, this is capital R instead of lowercase r, which is confusing me slightly. But, that's interesting. So presumably, looking at the... by 1, by 10, by 25, by all, goodness! That's like as many as I could possibly get. Ah, cool. So this is like, what, by as many as I can possibly afford at the moment. That's interesting. That's very interesting indeed. And then automation upgrades, R upgrades and P upgrades. I still don't know what P does. I don't think I'm going to figure that out until I get a million points, though. And then there's the W variable as well, which I don't think we've got access to as well. No, so far we can only upgrade the first 3 variables in K. We can't upgrade D, E, or W yet, which presumably are going to be around here. What the hell is that? That's 1,000. That's 1,000,000. That's 1,000,000,000,000. Oddly, there's no billions. What the hell is that? I'm actually going to look that up. I presume that that's like a mega big number with like an extremely large number of zeros after it. Hang on a second. Oh, here we are. Yes. So there's a billion, a trillion, a quadrillion, which is QA. And then there's QI, which is a quintillion. Which I think is a number with 18 zeros, which is a hell of a lot. That's very cool. That's very cool indeed. Right then, what do I want to upgrade? I'm trying to think of what I should... How much is this going to increase my R by? Not very much at all. Not nearly as much as perhaps it should have. Although, mind you... Yeah, I think maybe early on, maybe K is going to be better. Yeah, at the moment K is going to be a better increase, I think, right now. Because every time I get 1 upgrade for this, this is going to increase my delta R by 1. Versus right now, this is only going to give me small, like, percentage increases, which will be good in the long run, But in the short run right now, I think this is probably the one to go for, because I want to get my increase up enough so that I can get to 10,000. I mean, I could get to 10,000 by just sitting here, but I don't want to do that, which is the difficult thing about making videos like clicker games, because on the one hand, you want to sit back and let the old numbers grow, and on the other hand, you want to make things happen more quickly so that you can show stuff off. But of course, the more you wait, or rather the more you upgrade stuff, the more you go back to the low figures, and you have to do it all over again. Ooh, I think we're ready to see another circle. That's the 1,000 one. I'm guessing that's the 10,000 one. Should be able to see it in a moment, as soon as that gets past that Discord logo. Is it 10,000? Yes, it is. So that's where I need to be in order to get access to the next upgrade, isn't it? Yeah. If I got that, it would take me straight back to the beginning again. But that would give me another 29. So I'd be nearing 100. Presumably, presumably this rate of changes is in response to time. Can I activate this boost again? That is so pretty. I certainly made the right choice with the pinky purple colour. That was definitely the right choice. Yeah, because that's given me a massive boost. It didn't increase my my delta R by a factor of 5, but it certainly kicked the kicked my radius up into high gear. There we go. We're up to 10,000. So what's that allowed me to upgrade? Ah, so oh goodness. So now I can increase D by 0.01. Now what does this do? Does that mean all of these? I feel like I'm not immediately familiar with this notation, despite the fact that it's far simpler than all the set theory I've done. Does that mean it's increasing all of them by 1%? I believe so, yes. So that would be the same as this. It would be increasing them all by the amount that this is being increased by, because that's going up. Well, you're not really increasing it by 10% because you're not timesing it by 1.1, but you know what I mean. This is a more interesting one. This is a more interesting one as well. This is curious because this is increasing A, and it's increasing it by the log of K to the power of 0. And obviously K right now is 48. What I find curious is, why is K being raised to the power of 0? Because anything to the power of 0 is 1. So that wouldn't be scaling it. It wouldn't matter what value K took, it would always be equal to 1. And unless I'm mistaken, the log of 1, the log of 1 is 0, isn't it? Because the log says, the log base 10 says, what number do you need to raise 10 by to make it equal the number in the log function? If the number in the log function is 1, then you want 10 to the power of x to be equal to 1. So x would have to equal 0. So surely that means it's not going to increase by anything. But looking at this, seemingly it is. So maybe I'm talking rubbish. I have to confess I'm not an expert when it comes to mathematics. I do know a thing or two, but not as much as I could. If there's anyone with a bit more of the old mathematical know-how that would like to give a better explanation, I'd gladly hear it. So let's see if we can understand a bit more by pressing this button and seeing what happens. I don't think I increased it by as much as it probably should have, but alright. I feel like we should probably increase K again.
Yeah, delta R is up to 100 now. That's a bit better. There we are. Can I click on any of these? Upgrade all R's. What? Reset. Oh no, reset all upgrades. W increases from 1 to 1.25. Where does W appear in this? Ah, okay. So W is this variable at the end, which is being multiplied by A. So if I reset all of my R upgrades, that would reset A to a, or capital A rather, it would reset capital A to a value of 1. Because all of these would go back to 1. However, every subsequent upgrade would then be increased by 25%. So I'd go back to the beginning, as it were, but I'd be 25% faster in its growth from that point on. Fascinating. Did I press this button before? Yes. I don't think I can do this until very, very much later. I'm also curious about this, delta Z. Z is a new variable that we haven't talked about thus far. There's this one. So P is unlocked when you reach a radius of 1 million. And Z is unlocked when omega is greater than 0. So presumably omega is currently 0. However, I have no idea where omega is or what it is involved in, because I have yet to see anything that talks about omega. In fact, I haven't seen omega anywhere. Mind you, there's some other variables here we haven't seen. There's V, and F, and G, and N. We haven't seen any of those variables yet. Where does omega appear? I'm guessing omega is going to be somewhere slightly further up in the old tiers. It's not there. It's not here either. I feel like these are all just scaled. The variables aren't changing. It's just greater scales of each of them. Special ones. This might be more interesting. Set the level of all parameters A to G to an even number of 2 or more. Do you like prime numbers? Presumably not if you're setting everything to be even. You are odd lovers. Set everything to an odd number of 1 or more. Set all parameter levels to primes in the sequence. Oh, they are listing out the prime numbers. That would be fun. The person who counts the petals. Make the level of all parameters a Fibonacci sequence. Oh, the K that lived a million times. Purchase a cumulative total of 1 million K. And then the same with many of the others. Study up on your number sequences. Make U and V each level 5 without raising N levels. I have no idea what's going on. I feel like I would know a little bit more if I could get out of this screen. If I could see some more of the variables than I've got currently. I feel like I need to add more parameters to this equation, but I'm not quite sure how to unlock them. I'm going to set this going again because I like this, because this is quite pretty. What's also curious is that the bigger your spiral gets, the smaller your old patterns get. Because this slightly squiffy line that you can see here, I think. Oh no, that's the 10K circle. I stand corrected. You now can no longer see all of the squiffy little mistakes that I made down here. You can't see them anymore because they've become too small to be seen. And that's going to happen again. I can make screw-ups here, but then when I get to bigger and bigger and bigger spirals, again, you're not going to be able to see my old screw-ups because they're going to be too small. This is really cute. I really, really enjoy this. Let's muck it all up again by buying something else. So we did that. I'm not convinced I did as much as I could have. Let's boost this again, I suppose. I feel like we probably shouldn't, but alright. It's gone all that all again. Yeah, so it boosted R by a little bit, but not by as much as it probably should have. But then what's curious is you're always going to come back here. You're always going to come back to this level. And you're going to watch your old spirals again. So you're going to continually go back to the beginning and then come back out again. You're going to rewatch the little squiggles in your spirals as you grow out, and then they're going to disappear again. And then you're going to spend all of your R, and then you're going to go back there again. And you're going to watch it over and over again. Over and over in a constant cycle, just like a circle. This is great. I love this. Oh dear. I like this. I really do. And you know what, the crazy thing is, this is actually the sort of idle game I can get behind. Like, properly get behind, in terms of actually playing it. I could actually see myself doing this. Just letting this game idle and playing it and mucking around with it, really. It's really fun. It's really enjoyable. I would really like to show you some more of it, but obviously I can't, because that could take literally days in terms of doing stuff. So, oh man, I can only get like a couple more levels and that's gone really expensive. Yeah, I'd like to show you some more of this, but I can't, because I feel like I need to stop this now, or else this is going to get too unbalanced, because I'd rather like to put this in with that other numbery idle game. Anyway, let's finish off by increasing a variable we haven't done thus far. Let's give B a little boost, why not? No, let's give C a little boost for, C for cretin. Yes. There we go. And that one as well, why not? Just for the fun of it. There we go. This is cute. This is really nice. This is genuinely my favourite idle game that I've seen. Not just because it's, well, I mean, partly because it's maths, but also because it's beautiful. It has a really beautiful symmetry to it, and the music is lovely as well. So, yeah. This is lovely. I really, really like this. I really do. So yeah. I hope you found those interesting. I feel like this is going to show me up to be even more of a nutty nerd than I already am. But that was fun. I really enjoyed this. And yeah, I'll probably play more of this. I probably shouldn't, because I need to, like, you know, go to work and make other videos and generally do stuff with my life, instead of making bigger and prettier circles and playing around with parameters and exploring these interesting equations, which make me curious. Why hasn't that gone up to 1? That used to be 0. Oh, is that what you're changing? Oh, of course, how stupid of me. Ah, I see how this works now. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to be finishing this, so I just want to nerd out about this for a second. So when you increase this, you're increasing the value of the power. So now, what we're adding as a percentage is the log of k to the power of 1. If I upgrade this again, it'll be k squared. If I upgrade it again, presumably it'll be k cubed. That's how it works. That's why it wasn't doing anything at the beginning. Of course. That's why I wasn't doing anything at the beginning, because the log of 1 is... the log of 1 is 0. So initially it wasn't adding anything, because the parameter was 0. But then by increasing this, you grow the parameter. Sorry. I'll just set this off again, because it's so, so beautiful. Right, sorry. I don't mean to nerd out quite so much. But I love this. I just look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that pretty? And they all sort of follow each other. That's so cute. I love this. This is fantastic. Anyway, it's on Steam if you want to play around with it yourself. And it's free as well, which is lovely. So, I mean, many idle games are free. For good reason. Because they don't take away your money, they take away your life. But anyway, that's that. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.